Wyatt Sicks hint first target? Will Roman Reigns return on WWE RAW after Saturday night's main event? Heyman betrayal sparks no payback? Trick just made WWE history. WrestleBuzz is back with another wrestling news video. Today we have a lot to talk about, but before that, make sure to subscribe to WrestleBuzz for more wrestling news video. Let's get back to the news. Wyatt Sicks hint first target? The final moments of WWE SmackDown saw the terrifying faction close the show with absolute chaos. In a main event that people are still talking about, the Wyatt Sicks launched a full-scale assault on multiple teams, DIY, Fraxiom, and the Street Profits. No one was safe. And then came the moment that sent chills across the arena. Uncle Howdy appeared, standing over the destruction. He wasn't just there to dominate. He paid tribute to the late Bray Wyatt in a way that felt powerful, eerie, and emotional all at once. The screen faded to black, and that's where SmackDown ended. But the story was just beginning. The return of the faction was massive, but it also raised a bunch of questions. Who are they going after? What do they want? Is there a plan behind the chaos? Turns out one of those questions might already have an answer, and it's not coming from an official WWE announcement. It's coming straight from one of the Wyatt Sicks themselves. Nikki Cross, the only female member of the group, posted something interesting. She dropped two back-to-back photos on her official X account, both with Candice LeRae. And here's why that matters. Candice LeRae just joined up with DIY last week, which means this might not just be a random post, it could be a subtle shot fired, a hint that the Wyatt Sicks are already targeting their first victims, and it could very well be DIY. Now obviously, nothing is officially confirmed yet. WWE hasn't come out and said anything about the feud, but if you know how wrestling works, then you know this is exactly how seeds are planted. Online teases, subtle nods, and messages. Nikki Cross has always played the unhinged, unpredictable character perfectly, so a small social media post like that could be way more than it seems. If the Wyatt Sicks are setting their sights on DIY, it would make a lot of sense. They're one of the most emotionally driven tag teams on the roster right now, and bringing Candice into their fold added a personal layer. That personal connection makes them a perfect target for a faction like the Wyatt Sicks, who seem to thrive on psychological chaos, not just physical destruction. And if Nikki's post is a hint of what's coming, then DIY might be walking right into something dark and dangerous. Will Roman Reigns return on WWE RAW after Saturday night's main event? Roman Reigns hasn't been seen in a WWE ring since WrestleMania 41, and at Saturday night's main event, Bronson Reed officially joined the crew, adding even more size and muscle to Rollins' already dangerous stable. The group is growing fast, and they're causing chaos every single week on Raw. But the question on everyone's mind right now is this: will Roman Reigns return tonight? People are thinking over the possibility that the Tribal Chief might make a comeback on this week's Monday Night Raw. It makes sense. The group that took him out is now stronger than ever, and WWE's next major event, Money in the Bank 2025, is getting closer. However, as of now, the odds don't look good. WWE hasn't announced anything officially. Roman Reigns isn't listed on the official OTC for the show. That's usually a strong hint that he won't be appearing. But with WWE, nothing is ever really off the table. There's still the chance that Roman pulls off a surprise return, and if he does, it would change everything. His comeback would immediately raise the stakes in the feud with Rollins, and considering how dominant that faction has become, adding Roman to the mix would be a major shift. The storylines, the matches, the power dynamic, all of it would explode heading into Money in the Bank. But there's one more wrinkle in this situation, and it's coming straight from Hollywood. Multiple reports have come out recently linking Roman Reigns to a major film role. According to those reports, the former champion could be playing Akuma in the upcoming Street Fighter movie, and not just with anyone. He'd be starring alongside Jason Momoa. If that's true, WWE knows exactly what they have in Reigns right now. He's more than a wrestler. He's becoming a crossover name, and if a movie like that is really on the horizon, they might want to use Roman as much as they can before he gets pulled into full-time film work. So what's going to happen tonight on Raw? Will we see the Tribal Chief return and confront Rollins' crew, or is WWE going to hold off and wait for the perfect moment? If Roman Reigns does show up, everything changes. Heyman betrayal sparks no payback. Saturday night's main event gave us more than just high-stakes matches. It gave us some honest commentary from the announcer's table. And when the topic turned to Paul Heyman, things got interesting fast. The betrayal still stings. Fans haven't forgotten the night Heyman turned on not one but two of the biggest names in WWE, Roman Reigns and CM Punk. He aligned himself with Seth Rollins at the perfect moment, and it paid off immediately. Rollins won the match, and Heyman cemented himself at the center of the most dangerous faction in WWE right now. But as shocking as that betrayal was, what's even more shocking is how Paul Heyman, once again, seems to be walking away clean. During the tag team match featuring CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, McAfee and Cole started talking about the history between Punk and Heyman. The betrayal is still fresh, especially since Roman Reigns has barely been seen since, and CM Punk, he's still picking up the pieces from that backstab. Michael Cole pointed out that Paul Heyman was going to have to answer for what he did eventually, that at some point point, karma was going to catch up with him, but Pat McAfee wasn't so sure. He said, "I don't know actually, it feels like it always works out for Paul." That line says it all. McAfee is basically calling out the pattern. Heyman causes chaos, betrays people, flips alliances, and still lands on his feet every single time. And Cole? He didn't hold back either. His words were sharp and direct. He's a cockroach. That comment hit hard, but in a way it's not wrong. Paul Heyman has been around forever. Managers have come and gone. Storylines have changed. Top stars have risen and fallen, but Heyman, he just keeps surviving and somehow winning. Now that he's with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, and they've just added Bronson Reed to the group, things are getting out of hand. This new faction is stacked. Power, brains, momentum, they've got everything. And with Heyman at the helm, manipulating everything behind the scenes, it's looking more and more like Rollins is about to go on a legendary run. But here's what makes this whole situation even crazier. There's no sign of revenge on the horizon. Roman Reigns is still out of action. CM Punk is clearly affected, but he's not been able to get his hands on Heyman either. It's like the betrayal happened, and now Heyman's just cruising forward with his new empire. Untouched, unpunished, and more powerful than ever. So maybe Pat McAfee's right. Maybe it does always work out for Paul Heyman. Trick just made WWE history. Trick Williams just did something no one in WWE history has ever done, and now he's finally speaking up. At NXT Battleground, Trick stepped into the main event spotlight and walked out holding gold. Not just any title, but the TNA World Championship. That's right, in a move no one saw coming a year ago. A WWE star won the top prize in TNA wrestling, and it happened right in a WWE ring. It was Trick Williams versus Joe Hendry, and the stakes couldn't have been higher. But it wasn't just about bragging rights. This was about legacy, and Trick showed up ready to take it. During the match, things got intense. Trick brought the TNA World title belt into the ring and tried to use it as a weapon. But before he could connect, the referee stepped in and stopped him. It looked like Hendry might take advantage of the situation. He went for the standing ovation. But Trick had it scouted. He countered at the last second, and Hendry's face crashed right into the championship belt. That one mistake gave Trick just enough time to reset and strike. He landed the trick shot, sealed the deal, and made history by becoming the first active WWE superstar to ever win the TNA World Championship. This wasn't just a title win. It was a game changer for both WWE and TNA. And for Trick, it marked a new chapter in his career. After the show, WWE shared a short video on their official X account showing Trick backstage holding the title, soaking in the moment. He kept it short, but made his presence felt. With the TNA World title over his shoulder, Trick looked into the camera and said, "Let's talk about it." That's all he needed to say. The moment spoke for itself. Fans online have been speaking ever since. Some are stunned that the TNA World title was even defended in a WWE ring. Others are hyped to see how this partnership continues to play out. But one thing's clear. People are ready for Trick's run with the championship. What makes this even more interesting is that Trick is still officially part of the NXT roster. So now the big question is, what happens next? Does Trick show up on TNA programming to defend the belt? Does he bring it to NXT TV? Will this start a new crossover storyline? No one knows for sure, but this win has opened the door to a whole new set of possibilities between WWE and TNA, and Trick Williams is right at the center of it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and share the video and drop your thoughts and subscribe for more wrestling news, and WrestleBuzz will be back soon.